I don't feel like I'm the only person who also really don't like the people who are always blaming themselves for other people's problems. I'm just gonna come out the gun and say that because I always hate, like, those motherfuckers who are constantly, just like, let's say that you have, like, a friend, okay? And you're going through something. You're going through something bad. You're going through something that makes you not really feel too good. They're over here like, oh, you're not feeling good? Must have been me then. Like, dude, not everything is about you. I keep on seeing this, like, one song from Limbus Company, like, I think it's, like, Through Patches of Violet, and, like, it's a pretty fucking good song, but at the same time, the lyrics are insufferable. I mean, of course, I don't know the lore behind, like, any of the Limbus Company thingamajiggies or whatever, but, like, dude, it's insufferable. I hate those people who are, like, always saying shit like, I must be, like, the reason as to why this person is acting so sad and the reason why they're not feeling too good or whatever. Like, dude, what if I'm just dealing with shit? What if I'm actually just, like, dealing with stuff that I don't want to talk to other people about, but you're just, like, constantly here thinking that you're the reason why I'm not feeling good? Like, no! I just feeling bad because, like, something in my life has happened. Because I used to know a person who was like that before I cut him out of my life because, well, I didn't want to deal with that type of shit. Because, like, dude, just you make yourself feel bad for the problems that I'm having myself, which makes me feel bad for you, but I can't feel bad for you because I'm feeling bad for myself because I'm going through shit that you think is because of you. Even though it's not because of you, it's because of shit that I'm dealing with in my life. And, like, what is this, like, I know that, like, people have, like, really bad self-esteems. They don't really, they're depressed. They think that, people are, like, dropping out of their lives because, people are dropping out of their lives because, well, they may not, like, talk to them. They may not, like, deal with their problems like regular people should, but because of that, they start to blame themselves for every little thing, which it sounds like really bad, but at the same time, I just can't stand those people who are always blaming themselves for other people's problems. I'm just gonna repeat that throughout this fucking video because I just want to make it clear that not everything is because of you. I'm not saying that, like, not everything is your problem because, well, maybe you may have something to do with it. Maybe, I don't know. But at the same time, like, it may just be something that they're dealing with that they just don't want to talk about. But then you're over here being like, oh my god, my friend's acting way too differently than what he used to. He's, like, all quiet now. It must have been because of me. Like, dude! It's not because of you. It is not because you have, like, a psyoped yourself into believing that. It may just be because, shit happens. Shit makes you feel bad. Shit makes you feel yucky. Shit makes you feel gross and shit. And you just don't want to talk about it because, it may make you feel yucky, make you feel gross. And, like, you may just not want to talk about it. But then other people are noticing, like, the very slight differences and being like, oh my god, he's acting so much more different. It's because I was part of his life. Like, I understand. I understand that you may have your own problems that you're dealing with, but you are not responsible for other people's problems in the slightest. They may just not want to talk about it. They may just, like, of course, that's what I said before. They may feel yucky about talking. They may feel gross about talking about it. It may just be like, like a secret got leaked. Like, normal shit that happens. Well, of course, like, if they're like, like, really bad people, then maybe they do deserve to be, like, ashamed for it. But, like, still, people, I've constantly seen this, like, these, like, people who just blame themselves for other people's problems, which is only just going to make you feel worse because you're just believing that you're the cause of everyone's problems. maybe you are, maybe, but at the same time, at 90%, you're not. You're totally fine, but you think that you're causing all these problems, and you're not. You're just like there. You may actually make the other person feel happy. You make me feel happy whenever you're like actually like trying to participate. But when you're constantly trying to blame yourself for other people's problems, you're just insufferable. That was really mean. But I genuinely believe that those type of people are the most insufferable people of all time. And of course, people who are like the fucking people who rage bait you with like the most not rage baiting topics of all time are also insufferable. There's just like there's just different levels of insufferable that I can tolerate and I cannot tolerate. Which, of course, like, you know, I love my friends. I love some of my friends, even though they are kind of assholes at some time. I'm sorry. Like, your friends, of course, can be mean. They can think bad things about themselves, but at the same time, the second that they start, like, coordinating your bad feelings with them, they just become, like, sort of insufferable. They just become, like, not someone you want to hang out with because they're just constantly trying to blame themselves for stuff that you're dealing with. Which is like, of course, I've just been repeating the sentiment, but why? Why would you willingly want to make yourself everyone else's problem? Why would you want to, like, put yourself in that type of scenario? That's just gonna make you feel like dog shit. And it's not gonna help the fact that, like, you don't think that you're good enough. Like, you may be perfect. You may be, like, the best person of all time to that other person. But since the other person is going through shit right now, you start to feel like you're the problem. Which could also make them feel like, yes, you are the problem, which you were in the first place. I'm starting to talk like a fucking squeaker. But yeah, no, that's literally just like why? Why must you blame yourself for everything when, of course, like, he's still gonna talk to you. He's still most likely gonna talk to you, even though he's going through shit. Okay, so listen to this. Why would he still talk to you if you were the root of all of his problems? Of course, that person, you know, he may owe you something. He may, like, you know, like, fucking like shit from you because you're like a nice person. But, like, of course, like, if you start to, like, you know, start, like, spiraling into this ideology that, like, you're the worst person in the world, that's just gonna make him most likely believe that you are. Why would you willingly want that? You can help them through stuff without making you feel like that you're the root of all of his problems, because you most likely aren't. Because why would he still talk to you? Why would they still talk to you if you're the root of all their problems? They would just, like, slap your bitch ass out of their life. Like, dude, he talks to you. They chat with you. They play games with you. They do stuff with you, and like, you're still thinking that you're the root of all their problems. And, like, no, you're not. What if they're just dealing with shit that you don't understand because they don't want to talk to you about it because it makes you feel like because it makes them feel yucky and gross. Like, actually, they may just not want to talk about it. Of course, like, you can still feel ways you are, but, like, when you start talking and, like, to, like, other friends, being like, I'm like the reason why they're so depressed. Like, it's like, no, you're not the reason why he's depressed. I've said this like 8 times through this video. He may just be dealing with shit, and that's okay. He can deal with shit privately without you needing to know every little thing, and that's perfectly fine. You just need to know that you're not the problem. And of course, like as I said before, these people may just have low self-esteem. So they may just like, of course, think that they're the problem, which is like, that's understandable. That's something that they're going through themselves. But it's also like to a point where like they just for some reason can't realize that the way they act is the way that other people will see them. And if they're constantly blaming each other, people are just gonna think that you're just like attention seeking. Okay, yeah, that's a word. They're just gonna think that you're like trying to like gain attention from the person that you're talking to that's going through shit, and people are just gonna think that like, oh, even though this guy is like, perfectly fine, he's like blaming himself for the shit that this guy's going through, which is not the case at all. It's not the case! He's just going through shit. It's not because of you. And I'm sorry because this has been really mean and I don't like being mean. But I just want to like get this out there. It's not just because of you. It's not because of you. They may just be going through shit that makes them feel yucky, makes them feel gross. They may just like have like, something bad happen, and that's perfectly fine. But the moment you start making it about you, that's when like you just become insufferable. At least in my eyes. That's basically just like the gist of what I'm talking about because I've been seeing that one Limp Bizkit company song and it makes me pissed off every single time I hear that one goddamn lyric that's been spammed over and over for like every single fucking YouTube short I've seen about like, like because I watch Forsaken content. But yeah, no, that's basically just what I wanted to talk about. Yeah. A lot different than what I usually make because, on this channel I usually just make, like, art content, which I haven't made in a minute. But, like, that's basically just about it. So, yeah.